Website Mojo is a new AI content creation or website platform that's just been added to the warriorplus platform that allows you to build websites and funnels quite quickly using AI powered tools. So in this video we're just going to have a quick look over the tools and features inside of the platform while we'll discuss the pros and cons of using platforms like this to understand whether they're going to be a suitable option for you or not to build a business, and what other alternatives are out there should you wish to decide to look elsewhere. So make sure to keep watching. So as with many of these type of platforms and apps that do appear on platforms like warriorplus, you do have to take it with a pinch of salt. While on the outside they do look like that they have some really good elements that can help you get started, and if you're a beginner you'll be thinking to yourself that yeah, this is the thing that I need to help me move forward. But sometimes if something sounds too good to be true, from my own experience, the truth is it usually is. So you just have to be mindful. Now I can sit here and scream down the microphone all day and tell you that you probably shouldn't buy stuff like this or whatever, but at the end of the day, regardless of what I say, most people usually go ahead and buy it anyway, regardless of what people actually say. But if you have any sort of sense and you're kind of your wits about you, then you will have to listen to what people are saying, because the truth is, yes, these programs here can cost you money, and in some cases if you're only buying the upfront version of the platform it might cost a few dollars, which in a lot of cases is no big deal for some people. But where you will get caught out is usually with all of the add-ons that come alongside of them, and that's where you will waste a ton of money. So I wouldn't recommend that. So just be mindful when you're looking at platforms like these. While it does have some features that you could say to yourself, right, that would benefit you, but there are better alternatives online, which I will show you now in a second. But once we look inside of the platform, you have access to your dashboard, and it's very typical when you look at other platforms and other types of products that are usually always populating the warriorplus platform. They all have very similar outlays and setups. There's nothing really special about them, if I'll be honest. They're very simplistic in their nature. So you do have a website creator. Now you will have to sign up for an account, and you will have to go through the process of adding in all of your details. You do have access to various different templates that are on offer, so if you wanted to set up likes of e-commerce shops and other types of websites or blogs, you can do that anyway. And they do have a lot of nicely looking templates put together in here. But the truth is, while that looks good, you can get the exact same thing on platforms with the likes of WordPress, Shopify, Wix, other types of web design platforms. Each one of these platforms all have integrated themes and features inside. So when you come into these websites, they literally have everything there already, and the thing is, most of them are free. You can get started with very little money, or you can sign up for a free trial on some of these platforms. Like even if you're doing e-commerce with Shopify, you can sign up and there's no questions asked, and you can cancel at any time. So it really is down to your own preferences. You can test out the features on these sites and see what you think for yourself. Is this something that can be usable for you or not? Or if you want, you can go on to paid platforms that have more integrated features but also provide a lot more support, which can help you with structuring and setting up everything, so you can reach out to people at any time if you do need help. The truth is, platforms like these, while they do have some nice features in some cases, but they won't have all of the intricate elements that most of these other platforms would have. So there's no guarantees that you could reach out to support and get the help that you need. And in a lot of cases, which does happen with a lot of these platforms, especially programs that show up with warriorplus every now and then, there's a very good chance that in 6 and 12 months from now stuff won't work and you'll be left out of pocket and your business has pretty much gone down the pan and you have no control over it. At least with some of these other platforms, once you set everything up and obviously you stay within the guidelines, you do have some level of control over everything. But with these type of platforms, you really don't. But when we look at the likes of the AI section, it does have its own content writer. So when you give it certain parameters, you can add in different keywords and titles. It will churn out a portion of content like paragraphs or whatever it is, depending on the preferences or keywords. Like if you're designing lists or if you're trying to come up with ideas for blog posts or whatever it is, it'll do that in here. But the truth is, as of recording this video at the moment, the likes of ChatGPT, which this platform is based off of, like technically at the moment ChatGPT from OpenAI is still free to use. Now it won't always be like that, but at the moment it is. You don't need to spend money to use this. All you need to do is sign up with your email address. Even if you look at other writing platforms with the likes of Writer, there's Jasper. Now some of them are paid and they do require upfront payment, but the likes of Writer, you can sign up for a free account account. Now you are limited in terms of the characters that you can generate per month, but it's enough to get you started. But in saying that, and I do often mention that while these AI platforms are fantastic for building foundations and coming up with ideas and setting up a structure, like if you're looking to build a resume or a CV for a job application and you're not really sure how to structure it, ChatGPT will be able to help you build a template very, very quickly. You just come in then and change the content that's given to you, but put your own information in it, put your own work experience, put your own hobbies, interests, even links to any type of online content that you create or any other specific information that you think might be relevant to the employer. The same can be said for the likes of blog posts. See, the thing is with these type of platforms, while they are very, very good, you can't just copy and paste everything that it spews out to you, because there's a very good chance a lot of the content could be copyrighted or plagiarized, because it does take a lot of information from other articles and resources all over the internet. And if you do use a plagiarizer check or even a copyright checking tool, which you can find many of them online, there's a very good chance that the content will flag up as it's been used elsewhere. So with these type of platforms, you do have to take it with a pinch of salt. You do have to look at the specifics. If you're using them to create content, take what it gives you, yes, because it'll help to speed up the process, but change out the words, make it unique to you, make it more humanized, because the content platforms online that can read all the stuff can tell if it's AI generated or not. But if you tweak the content and make it more human in nature and make it more reflective to your wants and needs, but even at that, to your customers' wants and needs, it'll be fine. Now, it's easy for me to sit here and say that, but a lot of people don't want to do that online. People just want the quick fix and they just want to literally just copy and paste, boom, done, that's it. It doesn't work like that. Anyone that does that, if you ever asked anyone online that does that, ask them, do they make money? And there's a chance they can't even give you an answer, because they know that they're not making money. You can't, it's impossible. Even though they tell you that you can, but you really can't. You still have to put the work in. There still has to be some level of human work to go into all these processes for them to really work as such. But it is what it is, and this platform is no different to a lot of other platforms online. While you do have access to training and tutorials and resources that give you a foundation or the bare bones of what is available, it still doesn't cover enough of the basis to help you get started. And like I said, there's still no guarantees that in 6 months from now that this platform will still be online. It does have some features on it that could potentially be good for some people, but it won't be for everybody. And like I mentioned, if you did decide to buy it and you were to buy the front end of it, whatever the price is, it'll cost a couple of dollars, which won't really break the bank, like I said, for some, but you will get caught out with the likes of the add-ons and other additional features, which I usually wouldn't recommend, because again, like I showed you, there are far better alternatives online. So you don't really need a platform like this, when essentially you look at all these other platforms here, you can get started with them for free. It's not going to cost you anything. So why would you waste your money on something when technically you have everything there in front of you for little to no cost anyway? So it's a no-brainer really at the end of the day. And while some of these platforms are currently still free, they may not always be like that, but now's the time to jump in and to use them and to get started and then build up your rapport with your customers or your audience, or just build out your foundations for your business. But if you genuinely are serious about wanting to spend money on platforms online to help you get a foothold to build a business, then put your money into something that's going to give you a good return on your investment, like say a training platform or a course or something like that, that's going to show you step by step exactly what it is that you need to do, and even be part of a community of people that are also going through the same journey and that can actually teach you, so you can learn from what they've learned, so you can have help and guidance and support along the way to get you moving on the right track. So if you're genuinely serious about spending money, that's where I would spend it. That's because that's where you're going to get the most return, because you will get results a lot faster. And if that is something you're interested, then you can check out the link below in the description to the same system that I've been using to help build my business. And it will actually show you the exact steps of what you need to do, and you will have all the support and guidance that you need to help you on your journey to building your business online. So if it is something you're interested in, then you can check out the link below. So if you have found this video to be useful and you would like to see more content and reviews like this that shows you other platforms that you should either look into or avoid if you genuinely are serious about wanting to build a business online, then leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell to be updated when future content is released. And I will see you all in the next one.